Three paintings, three plein air paintings, part 2. Hopefully I recharge this battery long enough. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're back again. Part 2. Plein air painting. Three plein air paintings. And it's just a matter of trying to, ultimately it's just a matter of figuring out how to do this. I got this palette that I'm using right now that's kind of handy, and yet it's limiting because I don't have my extra hand to really clean the brushes or nothing or anything. So this is somewhat problematic, having the one hand doing this, holding everything. Kind of a bad design, frankly, but at the same time we are going to make use of this here. Let's move on to the next guy over here, see how this guy looks. I do like it for that idea that you could move around a bit, which of course is what we're doing here, but I really would like to clean my brush, and I don't think I have that ability, though I guess I could get a brush cleaning device that could help. I guess a device that can split the thing up and clean it. All right, well, so apparently as you can see, I do not have that available at the moment, but I'll figure it out, and we will figure this out here, and maybe not. Doesn't matter, because we will continue on. Nevertheless, with the limitations. I like having some limitations. The struggles. I like the struggle, guys, and take it on, head first, the struggles, and not worry so much about the particulars, eh? All right, let's get back to that little, go back to that little flower there, get the little hint of the flower there, yeah. And there's a couple of flowers over here. I don't know if I'm going to get that. I'm just going to put them in there because they're just so happy, these flowers. So beautiful. Like a cactus. By the way, just to let you know, I was last week I was stabbed by not these cactuses, but a cactus close to us here, proximity. I was stabbed without any. I could have died. I could have died from the stab. Cactus stabbed. I was stabbed. It was a violent. It went in about an inch into my body. In my elbow, my painting arm. I have recovered, thank you, and I am feeling much better. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're getting a little nice details, arbitrarily details as it comes along, and that's not bad. That's not a bad thing to have in a painting. Sometimes arbitrarily speaking. Let's move on to the other side here. We never really resolved the background on this one. Let's get the background going on this one here a little bit here, and kind of maybe smush it around just a tad bit here, and get rid of some of that stuff here. This is an older painting canvas that I had, and so now we're kind of trying to overpower it, overtake it with a new resolution, a new idea here. Okay, there we go. And we're getting a little bit of everything here, and that's okay. That's okay, guys. That's okay to have a little bit of everything going on. Okay, let's move on to this guy here. And see if we can get that flower coming up here just a tad bit. like I said, I would prefer to be able to clean the brush and have a little better control with the brush, but we're going to just power through this here without any regard, without any worry, without the worry, because sometimes you got to go with what you got, and this is what we got right now. We will reevaluate our systems as we go further with this with various processes as one should. So go with what you got at the moment is what I would recommend. Go with what you got, and we are definitely going with what we got here. All right, let's see if we can get some of the little knickknacks of the little pointy things here. A little bits here and there. Doesn't have to make. I've said this. That, don't worry about it being exact. But at the same time, we are worrying just a tad bit. I am worrying about it now. Now that I get into the details of it all. And by the way, that is, I recommend that, the details. Worry about the details as you get more involved into the process of the painting. Now, I'm getting confused by looking at what I got going on here, and that is nice and also a little confusing, but that's okay. I just realized I was thinking, geez, the flower is a little lower, but it's really not. Okay. Let's just get these little dots from ultimately those little pointy things from the cactus, which of course is where the damage could be done. If most likely that is where you would get poked. Let's see if I can this guy. Let's bring this guy. I'm going to bring back. Even though I painted those little spots, and I thought maybe I had it finished. No, we're going to resurrect this area because it's a darker little cactus, isn't it? It's a little darker, isn't it? Okay, and then let's see if we can get some of these other darker cactuses in here, right here. All right, let's see if we can get some of that going on in here. Okay, now let's move on to the next guy over here. Bring it down here. Oh, let's try not to spill the paint all over the floor there. All right, let's go ahead and get some dots. Work some dots here. There we go. Oh, this guy is beautiful. Get that going on here. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. The capturing stuff that we see at the moment, spur of the moment, capturing the little nuances that are available to us that we do not necessarily see when we're involved in the process. But these things grow on you. These things develop, these things happen, and we see it right before our very eyes, and that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Let's move this thing up. This thing's kind of in the way. By the way, I hate these things, and yet they are helpful at the same time. It's kind of it's a love-hate thing, and painting is a love-hate thing. Kind of, it comes and goes. The energy, the force field of excitement, and the trick is to find a way to be excited and break through the monotony of the struggle that we find in painting, that we can see as such as a struggle. But let's not worry about it being a struggle. Let's free ourselves from the struggle and keep it simple. Keep it with what we're just jumping into of what I'm seeing, painting what I'm seeing. As simple as that. Hand, back and forth. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of what we're involved in here, is a battle. It's a little bit of a battle. It's a beautiful battle. All right, let's get that in there. Let's see if we can bring back some of them dots. There you go. See, we're getting a little more involved in this. It doesn't necessarily equate to a finished product ever, necessarily. More so necessarily than ever, but there's sometimes we do find ways to conclude our observations, hand painting, hand-eye coordination, painting skills, blah blah blah, and into a resolved situation. But we don't have to worry about that always, do we? We don't have to worry about that. We can just move on and work on another painting over here. Let's work on this one, get back onto this one, break it up, and feel a new form, a new beginning. It's a new beginning here. Look at that, new beginning. We got a new beginning here. Look at that. Let's see if we can break that up. Get some darks going on in there. Yeah, look at that. All right. You're probably wondering what kind of bird that is making all that noise. And by the way, you're probably wondering what kind of airplane that is flying overhead. That is, I'll tell you, the airplane is from the flying in. Well, actually, that airplane is coming from the Los Angeles airport. Actually, that is at a high altitude, way high above us. All right, and then the bird it's a mockingbird. And sometimes you wonder about that movie, To Kill a Mockingbird. Well, you could see why someone might want to consider that. But you must remember that these are wonderful little critters, and yet they might annoy you at all hours of the night. They are actually lovely creatures, and so we need to learn to embrace and learn to love, to enjoy these lovely critters. And even though they may bother you, that's okay. So we're kind of going abstract here. And that is all the merrier for me. I like this idea, the inspiration that we're breaking. We're breaking the freedom of the perfectionism that we have involved sometimes, that we keep ourselves involved in sometimes. We're breaking it up. And that is a good thing at times. Not always. Maybe it's not always what we want. Maybe it's not what I want. I'm open to discovery. We're open to discovery. Let's go to the next one here. See if we can get this one going on here. All right. We'll bring some, kind of running out of paint. See, I'm not a big fan of this big palette here I got, although it's handy, and yet it's problematic because I have only one arm. I'm only able to work with one arm, and that's okay though, I guess. That's better than having no arms, I guess. So we'll take what we've got. It's got a restriction of sorts, I would say. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to sign off now. Thanks again for watching. I got to check out on my neighborhood. Something's going down. We'll sign off here. Thanks again for watching part 2, painting 3 plein air paintings. Bye-bye.